10 states. Most recently, the Northeast Spring Show, Brown Swiss and Milking Shorthorn shows, Indiana State Junior Holstein Show, and National Cattle Congress. If she's not judging, she's probably exhibiting at a show or helping her longtime friend and partner, Alan Paulson, aka Spud, truck into one of those shows. You can find their string at state and national shows in 5 breeds. Tammy and Spud have a son, Dakota, age 9, and he is already following the passion of wanting to be involved with the cattle and trucking, and this year exhibited his own junior-owned Brown Swiss. Tammy is very excited and honored to be selected by her peers, mentors, and friends to have this judging bucket list opportunity. Welcome to Tammy Vagley from Arlington, Wisconsin. Over in our Guernsey ring, our judge today is Alan Spud Paulson, who comes in from Rockford, Illinois, where he bases his cattle hauling business, hauling livestock and feeding cattle from coast to coast year-round for the past 20 years. Over the years, he has judged numerous county fairs, state shows, and 12 state fairs. He was the associate Brown Swiss judge at Eastern National Show, lead judge at World Dairy Expo for Milking Shorthorns in 2015, and the judge for the International Ayrshire Show at World Dairy Expo in 2017. He judged the Open Holstein Show and the Red and White Show in 2018 at the North American in Louisville. Alan has 2 boys, Sutton and Dakota, that share his passion of showing, fitting, and hauling cattle. Welcome to our judge, Alan Spud Paulson, for our National Guernsey Show. Attention brown Swiss breeders, our spring heifer calf is making its final lineup. We need your winter calves at ringside. They're about to enter the ring. Brown Swiss exhibitors, your winter calves are going into the ring. Guernsey breeders, our judge is working through his spring calf class. Please have your winter calves at ringside. Guernsey breeders, we need your winter calves in the makeup ring. At this time, in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show ring, Judge Vagley has completed her placing in our spring heifer calf class. Placing second in the class is entry number 19, North Kill Creek Grand Slam, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 22, Brown Velvet P-Ball, Vermont, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Congratulations. Judge Vagley, your thoughts on our spring calf class?
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for this opportunity. If this is any evidence of what we're going to have for the rest of the evening and tomorrow night into the cow classes, this is going to be a lot of fun. What an awesome group of heifers to start out this brown show here this evening. And with that being said, this top pair of heifers really sorted themselves to the top of the class for me. This first place heifer, she is the complete balance of strength, style, and walks out on a great set of feet and legs, my kind of heifer. She's just more extension, uphill run to that front end. She has more length all the way from her head, from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail, and just has a bit more spring right through that forerib than this beautiful, beautiful dairy heifer here in second. When this heifer in second comes at you, she's just got all that style, all that cleanliness right through her head and neck, and she uses that extension of her head and neck to go over this April calf coming out in third. In addition, I do prefer she has more width between those pins than our calf in third. Third over fourth, she just does it on a lot of ring presence, hardness across that top line, and correctness right out how she handles her rear legs when you view her from behind. I just prefer how she tracks much straighter on those rear legs than our big heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, she uses that dariness all the way throughout. She's a bit more open in her forerib, a bit deeper in that flank today than this heifer coming out in fifth. Fifth over six uses that advantage of just being a bit stretchier right through that front end, longer in her head and neck, cleaner up through that throat, and just has more length from end to end over another well-balanced heifer coming out here next. Congratulations.
There were 19 spring heifer calves exhibited in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our winning entry was number 22, Brown Velvet Peeble, Vermont, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Second in the class is entry number 19, North Kill Creek Grand Slam, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Third in the class is entry number 13, Buck Meadow FCW Ivy, exhibited by Colton Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Fourth in the class is entry number 25, Echo Hill F Timeout Honey, exhibited by Fairdale Farm of Worthville, Kentucky. Fifth in the class was entry 16, R5 Rampage Jingle, exhibited by Tatum and Gunnar Copeland of Collinsville, Oklahoma. Sixth in the class is entry number 11, exhibited by Myline Drake Wonton, exhibited by Amy Hughes of Durand, Illinois. Seventh in the class is entry number 9, Harvest Breeze Els Windstorm, exhibited by Ellie Albert of Vandalia, Illinois. Eighth in the class was entry number 3, Rough Road Binium Gemma, exhibited by Jeremy and Kelsey Kinslow of Smith Grove, Kentucky. Ninth was entry 21, Corlin Rampage Santeria, exhibited by Caitlin Bell of Frederick, Maryland. And 10th in the class was entry number 24, Top Acres DD Whisper, exhibited by Alan and Thomas McCauley of Lowell, Michigan. Now in the ring, in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, is our winter calf class. That was really nice. I think they were 1 and 2 in the junior show, actually.
Were they?
Just that way, I think.
Well, the winners.
This time, now that our shows are underway, we'd certainly like to thank those people that help organize the shows and keep them running. Starting with the top of the heap, our Dairy Show Superintendent Dan Grigson, our Dairy Show Assistant Superintendent Roger Sparrow, our Milk Testing Coordinator Linda McClanahan, and Assistant Testing Coordinator Chris Schock. They oversee everything and do a fabulous job answering questions, and you can always find out the answers from those people. Specifically with our Brown Swiss Show, today our clerk is Mike Phillips, our premier clerk is Eunice Schlappe, in the makeup ring is Tyler London and Lily Wood. In the ring, helping the judge get those cattle where they need to go, is Chris Kaufman and John Chisholm. And helping with the ribbons and handing out awards is Eunice Schlappe. So thank you to those volunteers. We also have from the Brown Swiss Association, our Illinois Swiss, we have Robin Smithling, our show and classification coordinator. We have our Illinois Swiss Miss, Emma Carlisle, helping to hand out awards today. So a big thank you to all of those people helping with the Brown Swiss Show. Our Guernsey crew consists of our clerk, Abby Pardue, our premier clerk, Brenda Strange. In the makeup ring is Jason Watcher. Helping in the ring is David Adams, and helping with our ribbons and keeping things organized with our awards is Stuart Gritton. We're lucky to have some National Guernsey royalty with us here today, helping with our ribbons and awards. Mary Beth Collette, our National Guernsey Queen from Chuckey, Tennessee. She's the 6th generation to live and work on Sideline Farms, which was established in 1858. Mary Beth attends Water State Community College and will graduate in December with Associate in Agriculture. She plans to attend Virginia Tech and complete her bachelor degree in Ag Communications. Mary Beth and her sister Callie own 27 registered Guernseys and Jerseys. She is certainly serving as Vice President of East Tennessee FFA. So thank you to Mary Beth Collette for being here to help. Also here is Elizabeth Nichols. She's our 2023 National Guernsey Princess from Churubusco, New York. She's a senior at the State University of New York at Canton, majoring in veterinary science technology. She grew up as the 5th generation on her grandparents' Holstein farm and leased her first Guernsey calf through 4-H and now owns and maintains her small herd of Guernseys and Holsteins. So thank you to Elizabeth. She's also helping with our awards here today. This time over in our National Guernsey Show, our Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our Spring Heifer Calf class. Second in the class is entry number 19, Golden Pines J.D. Butterfingers, exhibited by Melissa Hogg. And winning the class is her full sister, entry number 11, Golden Pines J.D. Butterfly, also exhibited by Melissa Hogg of Dane, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on our class?
Well, what amazing group of calves all the way down. But I tell you what, there's 2 or 3 of them here to come towards the top here, and this calf here towards the top, George and I were like, back to the center of the ring, like, pretty easy. This is our winner in the class today. She's so balanced and pretty across the head and neck, especially the way she leads out on a beautiful, probably the best set of feet and legs in the class. We just prefer that balance and just a little nicer up at that front end, gets her over the calf here in second. Second over third, I really like this third place heifer here. I love that Springer rib. Today she's just not showing it on her halter. But I tell you what, the second calf here, I just prefer she's just a little more balanced today, just a little more proportional. The heifer here in third, just a little too much fill maybe today to get her up any higher today. Third over fourth, that spring and depth, openness to rib, trailing just a little nicer for me, gets her over the heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, kind of a close placing here today, just a little straighter across the top for me today. Walks out on a nice set of feet, legs, gets her over the heifer in fifth. Fifth over sixth, kind of a closer placing. I love this April heifer in sixth, just not the big, strong, powerful heifer the heifer in fifth is. Congratulations.
In our National Guernsey Show, there were 19 spring calves exhibited. Our winner was entry 11, Golden Pines J.D. Butterfly, exhibited by Melissa Hogg of Dane, Wisconsin. Second in the class was entry number 19, Golden Pines J.D. Butterfingers, also exhibited by Melissa Hogg of Dane, Wisconsin. Third in the class is entry number 12, Golden Pines J.D. Butterbraid, exhibited by Suzanne Benoit of Stitzer, Wisconsin. Placing fourth in the class is entry number 7, acclaimed J.D. Janice, exhibited by Darlene Moser of Pleasant Lake, Indiana. Fifth in the class was entry number 22, Walnut Ridge Doc Darla, exhibited by Caitlin Moser of Thurmont, Maryland. Placing sixth was entry number 2, Cooley Crest Landon Luna, exhibited by Macy McLean of Salem, Ohio. Seventh in the class was entry number 20, Mar Ral OHGR Millie's Mickey, exhibited by Levi and Carly Plocker of Salem, Ohio. Eighth in the class was entry number 24, Dalton Farms Best Man Alani, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Ninth was entry number 10, Rocky Hill Latimer Heartland, exhibited by Holly McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. And placing 10th was entry number 15, Chup's DJ Uptown Girl, exhibited by Tyler Chupp of Enola, Oklahoma. Now in the ring in our National Guernsey Show is our Winter Heifer Calf class. We were just visiting about something up here at the announcer stand. We do want to remind everyone that it is daylight savings goes into effect this evening. You'll all gain an hour's sleep or have an hour out socializing, an hour more to socialize. So let's please remember that our start time tomorrow is 7:30. I believe. 7:30 for our Jersey show. So I guess if you don't set your clock back, you'll be here on plenty of time at 6:30. We just wanted to remind everyone that tonight daylight savings does go into effect. At this time, in the Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, Judge Bagley has completed her placing in our Winter Heifer Calf class. Placing second in the class is entry number 128, Perry Brook Elysium Lizzo, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. And winning the class is entry number 47, Brothers 3 Dix Wiley, exhibited by Andrea Haynes of Taneytown, Maryland. Congratulations. Judge Bagley, your reasons on our Winter Calf class.
Well, another exceptional class of heifers all the way down the line here, and congratulations to all the breeders and owners of these animals. But this pair of heifers that start the class kind of came to me to the top as they came in the ring. But this first place heifer for me is just more ring ready today. She's just a bit cleaner all the way through, a bit sharper at the shoulder, a bit more cleaner right over that rib structure than our heifer in second. I will grant our heifer in second is a tick longer from the end to end, but just gives up a little bit of that sharpness right and through the midsection to get into that first hole today. Second over third, she uses her advantage on frame. She's just so much more upstanding through that front end and a longer heifer from end to end, taking nothing away from this beautiful, stylish heifer in third. Third over fourth has the advantage today on how she walks on her feet and legs today. She just tracks straighter on those front feet, more comfortable on her rear feet when especially get behind than this beautiful dairy heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth uses advantage of just being harder right across that midsection, especially through the loin, and just neater from hooks to pins than another balanced heifer in fifth. Fifth and sixth, a close placing. Again, heifers, I'd like to see it just a little harder right through that loin, but she uses the advantage of being just a bit wider through those pins than another well-balanced heifer coming out in sixth. Congratulations.
want to mark down some placings from our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. There were 23 winter calves exhibited. Our class winner was entry 47, Brothers 3 Dix Wiley, exhibited by Andrea Haynes of Taneytown, Maryland. Second in the class was entry number 128, Perry Brook Elysium Lisso, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Placing third in the class was entry number 31, North Kill Creek Gitterdon, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Fourth in the class was entry number 44, Blessing Garborough F. Paulette, exhibited by Blessing Farms and Garrison Brothers, Wauwaka, Indiana. Fifth was entry number 37, Topview Glenwood Apple Pie, exhibited by Topview Farms of Wapakoneta, Ohio. Sixth in the class was entry number 158, Dock Haven Famous Winona, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Seventh was entry number 48, KADR Fritz Clarabelle, exhibited by Cassidy Ashland Delaney and Riley Oliger of Hagerstown, Indiana. Eighth in the class is entry number 32, Blessing Garborough F. Gina, exhibited by Blessing Farms and Garrison Brothers, Clayton, Indiana. Ninth in the class was entry number 33, Blessing Garborough Famous Flam, exhibited by Blessing Farms and Garrison Brothers. And placing 10th was entry number 40, Edgeview D. Darlene, exhibited by Cripple Creek Farm of Dodgeville, New York. Over in our National Guernsey Show ring, our judges completed his placings in our Winter Heifer Calf class. Placing second in the class is entry number 35, Warwick Manor Indigo Chimmy, exhibited by Carly Stoltzfus of East Earl, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 40, LRF J.D. Taylor, exhibited by Garrett Lambert of Norridgewock, Maine. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on our Winter Calf class?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, turn your heads to the Guernsey ring because we found one beautiful heifer out here in the ring today. Heifers like this make my job easy, and especially when George and I come back to the center of the ring and I said, which one should win? He says, well, that one in the corner. This heifer just spells it all for us. She's just a little longer, a little nicer, neater through that tail head. And when she gets out walking, her ring presence just is kind of a knockout, easy winner for me today. Second over third, a little closer placing for me today. The young lady in third, I apologize for her for not missing her in line, but when she gets in line, she just, the third heifer, just not quite the length of body that I prefer on this heifer here in second. And that, for them reasons, just being a little longer body gets her over the heifer here in third. Third over fourth for me, just a little nicer in that foot angle, just a little steeper. The heifer here in fourth here, we really love that style and balance about her. But when you get analyzing her feet, she's just a little too flat-footed for me to get her up higher today. Fourth over fifth, just that style, just show me just a little more spring and depth of rib, gets her over that long, stretchy heifer here coming out here in fifth. A little closer here, fifth over sixth, I just prefer that long stretchiness. Just a little nicer, neater through the crops, gets her over the heifer coming up behind her. Congratulations.
There were 20 winter calves exhibited at our National Guernsey Show here this evening. Our winning entry was number 40, LRF J.D. Taylor, exhibited by Garrett Lambert of Norridgewock, Maine. Second in the class is entry number 35, Warwick Manor Indigo Chimmy, exhibited by Carly Stoltzfus of East Earl, Pennsylvania. Third in the class is entry number 42, Valley Gem AP Might Get Lucky, exhibited by Valley Gem Farm of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Fourth in the class was entry 37, CBVG Jack Don't Forget Me, exhibited by Haley Bukema of New Richmond, Wisconsin. Fifth in the class was entry 33, Style Crest Colonel Select, exhibited by Kevin Hartman of Mulberry Grove, Illinois. Sixth was entry 31, Rocky Hill Java Ho Ho Ho, exhibited by Holly McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. Seventh was entry 26, MM Copper Lace, exhibited by Matthew Mannery of Milan, Indiana. Eighth in the class is entry number 28, Colette's Rum Betsy, exhibited by Callie and Mary Beth Colette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Ninth was entry number 30, Red Rage Axel Brinkley, exhibited by Kathy Littlefield of Lowville, New York. And 10th in the class is entry number 36, John Ann Prada Ziggy, exhibited by Kyle Bonavita of Mashopin, Pennsylvania. Now in the ring in our Guernsey show is our Fall Heifer Calf class. Well, we've got a minute here while our judges are assessing their fall heifer calf classes. We once again would like to give a little shout out about our Supreme Champion program set for Monday afternoon. The NAILE is proud to offer additional prize money to our open shows. On Monday, we will hold our Open Dairy Supreme Champion Show. Exhibitors who had winning breed junior champions will compete for a $500 cash award and banner, plus the honor of having the Supreme Champion heifer. In addition, a reserve Supreme Champion heifer will be picked and awarded $250. Exhibitors who had the winning breed grand champions will compete for a $2,000 cash award and banner, plus the recognition of having Supreme Champion cow of the Open Dairy Show. A reserve Supreme Champion cow will be selected and awarded $500. It is a pleasure for the NAILE to provide this special opportunity to recognize the outstanding dairy cattle and exhibitors that are here. We hope you will all plan to be here in Freedom Hall on Monday for the Open Supreme Show. It will be held approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of the Monday shows. In our Southeastern National Brown Swiss ring, Judge Vigley has completed her placing in our fall heifer calf class. Placing second in the class is entry number 75, Top Acres F.M. Weiser, exhibited by Colton Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. And winning the class is entry number 65, Blessing Doughboy Chrissy, exhibited by Blessing Farms of Wauwaka, Indiana. Congratulations. Judge Vigley, your thoughts on our class?
Thank you, Kathleen. It's hard to get used to hearing that, but I do appreciate it. And again, another beautiful class of heifers all the way down. But this heifer that leads out the class, when she walked in, she's got such beautiful ring presence. She's clean, dairy, and stylish from tip to tail. I love her high chine. She's sharper at the point of withers. She's just cleaner over those hooks and pins and just a bit silkier in her thigh than another beautiful calf coming out in second. Second over third has the advantage today, just a bit more spring to that fore and rear rib than our heifer here in third. And she's just a little bit more upstanding through that front end over another balanced heifer coming out in third. Third over fourth has the advantage today from hips back. I just prefer where her thurls are placed more squarely beneath her. And when she's out on the move, I just prefer the flex to the hock and how she handles those rear legs today. Taking nothing away from another dairy, open rib, stylish individual. And she uses that openness, drop to her fore and rear rib to go over our heifer here in fifth. Fifth over sixth is a closer placing for me. I moved this fifth place heifer up because I appreciated her more in line when you get right up on her. She's wider across that chest floor. She's more upstanding through that front and just a bit wider in those pins than another ultra thin-heighted, silky heifer coming out here in sixth. Congratulations.
There were 15 fall calves in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our winning entry was number 65, Blessing Doughboy Chrissy, exhibited by Blessing Farms of Wauwaka, Indiana. Second in the class was entry number 75, Top Acres F.M. Weiser, exhibited by Colt and Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Third in the class was entry number 74, Brown Velvet Powerball Sutton, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Fourth in the class was entry number 67, Blessing Garbo F. Whitney, exhibited by Caitlin Taylor of Allenwood, Pennsylvania. Fifth in the class was entry 72, LIF Mary Grace Secret Weapon, exhibited by Jacob and Joseph Johns of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Sixth in the class is entry number 71, Encore Jen Carter Primrose, exhibited by TJ and Jasmine Wingert of Pearl City, Illinois. Seventh in the class was entry 66, Blessing Foremost Grace, exhibited by Carter Settles of Clayton, Indiana. Placing eighth in the class was entry 63, Jenlar Rasta Wow, exhibited by Jesse Muse of Etoll, Kentucky. Ninth in the class was entry 60, Edgeview F. Tactful, exhibited by Learer and L. Kuhn of Red Hook, New York. And placing 10th in the class is entry number 58, La Foster Seaman Dawn, exhibited by Olivia Foster of Cleveland, North Carolina. Now entering the ring in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show is our Summer Yearling class. Attention brown Swiss exhibitors, our summer yearling class is a little smaller than we've had. We need your spring yearlings at the makeup ring. Brown Swiss exhibitors, please get your spring yearlings to the makeup ring immediately. If you turn your attention to the National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our fall heifer calf class. Placing second in the class is entry number 63, Cape May Drone Unstoppable, exhibited by Savannah Thomas of West Liberty, Ohio. And winning the class is entry number 61, Prairie Moon Java Lavender, exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridgewock, Maine. Congratulations.
Well,
Judge
ladies and
Paulson,
gentlemen, what
your
a nice
thoughts on
group
the
of heifers
class.
all the way down here. The heifer that starts the class today, just for me, quite handily, just a little nicer, neater, especially up through that front end, especially through their crops, just for me, just blending a little nicer through that front end. Gets you over the big, strong, powerful heifer here in second. Heifer in second, you like that spring and depth of rib, but just for me, just not the style, the little crisper dairy, or like the heifer here in first. Second over third, a little closer today, but I like that strength and power, just showing me just a little more spring to their rib, depth of fore and rear rib, gets her over the real dairy heifer here in third. Third over fourth, a little closer placing for me today. Just I prefer that she just tracks out a little straighter for me, just a little nicer, neater through the crops, gets her over the heifer here, coming out here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just a little more spring of rib, just a little more heifer throughout, gets her over the heifer here, coming out here in fifth. On down the line, really nice group of heifers all the way down.
There were 16 fall calves exhibited here this evening in our National Guernsey Show. Our class winner was entry 61, Prairie Moon Java Lavender, exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridgewock, Maine. Second in the class is entry number 63, Cape May Drone Unstoppable, exhibited by Savannah Thomas of West Liberty, Ohio. Placing third in the class is entry number 65, Darlene Moser with Empire JD Somebody to Love. Darlene Moser, Pleasant Lake, Indiana. Placing fourth in the class is entry number 69, Hartdale Colonel Salsa, exhibited by Kevin Hartman of Mulberry Grove, Illinois. Fifth in the class was entry 62, Campbell's Trouble Enchanted, exhibited by Valley Gem Farm of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Sixth in the class was entry 59, Hartdale Colonel Cider, exhibited by Melissa Hogg of Dane, Wisconsin. Placing seventh was entry 70, Uno's AP Uriah, exhibited by Lillian Storm and Lucas Hayes of Broadhead, Kentucky. Eighth in the class was entry number 58, Rocky Hill Legends Say So, exhibited by Holly McCarty of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. Placing ninth was entry 66, Walnut Ridge Crown Royal Zippy, exhibited by by Caitlin Mosier of Thurmont, Maryland. And 10th in the class was entry number 52, Colette's Linus Hasty, exhibited by Callie and Mary Beth Colette of Chuckey, Tennessee. Now in the ring in our Guernsey Show is our summer yearling class. Also, we'd like to have a not so subtle reminder to our dairy show exhibitors. There is no alcohol allowed in the makeup ring here at Freedom Hall. So if you've smuggled it in, you need to smuggle it out. No alcohol here in the makeup ring at Freedom Hall. This time in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show ring, Judge Vagley has completed her placing in our summer yearling heifer class. Placing second in the class is entry 180, Henselwood Rampage Wabash, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry 81, Buckmeadow Seaman Willow, exhibited by Colt and Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Congratulations. Tammy, your thoughts on our summer yearling class?
Well, our numbers might be getting a touch smaller, but the quality sure has not faltered at all. And in this class of summer yearlings, this heifer sorts herself out to the top for me and has that distinct advantage over our July heifer in second because of her angularity and clean cutness. She's just so much more feminine about that shoulder. She's sharper over that rib structure, more prominent about her hooks and pins than this July, like I said, July heifer coming out in second. Second over third is a close placing for me, but as I said, I give this heifer in second acknowledgement. She has got so much more mass of width right through that rib structure, more spring to that forerib, more depth of forerib, more drop to that rear flank than this beautiful dairy heifer coming out in third. Third over fourth does it on her advantage right from hips back. She's wider through those pins, and she has those thurls underneath her more comfortably, and I just prefer how she has less set to her hock, and as she moves about the ring, it's just much more comfortable on this beautiful ribbed heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth uses that overall angularity and clean cutness all the way from the tip to the tail over another real long-bodied heifer. She's just more cleaner over those hooks and pins, carrying less flesh over that rib structure today than another real balanced heifer in fifth. Fifth over sixth uses that advantage of her openness of rib, her drop to that rear rib over this powerful upstanding front-ended heifer coming out in sixth. Congratulations again on another quality class.
There were 10 summer yearlings exhibited this evening at the Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our winner was entry number 81, Buckmeadow Seaman Willow, exhibited by Colton Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry number 180, Henselwood Rampage Wabash, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Placing third in the class is entry number 84, R5 Dynamite Mischief, exhibited by Tatum Copeland of Collinsville, Oklahoma. Fourth in the class is entry 86, North Kill Creek Get Groovy, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser, Ephrata, Pennsylvania. Fifth in the class is entry number 79, KADR Daredevil Vienna, exhibited by Cassidy Ashland Delaney and Riley Oliger of Hagerstown, Indiana. Placing sixth in the class is entry 87, Smith Lane's Famous Bevy, exhibited by Billy Smith of Berg Hill, Ohio. Seventh was entry 78, DAR Kylie, exhibited by Brayton Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. Eighth in the class is entry number 85, Caffey Hill Kickstart Fame, exhibited by Lonnie Caffey and Delbert Teeters of Trafalgar, Indiana. Ninth was entry 77, Holy Air Fire Burning, exhibited by Noah Heine of Sullivan, Wisconsin. And placing 10th was entry number 73, Edgeview R. Dazzle, exhibited by Ryland Brayton and Camden Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. Now in the ring, in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, is our spring yearling class. Attention to Guernsey exhibitors. Our judge is working through a summer yearling class. We need those spring yearlings at ringside immediately. Guernsey exhibitors, your spring yearlings should be at ringside. Gotta quit talking. In our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our summer yearling class. Placing second in the class is entry 73, Poppydale Tampa Murphy, exhibited by Poppydale Dairy of Chateauguay, New York. And winning the class is entry number 82, Rocky Hill Reputation Juliet, exhibited by Mara Ripley of Moravia, New York. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your reasons on our class.
What a nice group all the way down. Some apples and oranges, if you, so to speak. You got some differences. But we got a heifer that climbs to the top. You can come this way, hon. Come this way. But we got a heifer here stop in the class here today. She just got a little more strength and width and power throughout that I prefer. Just a little more strength through that chest, but yet she's still dairy. I love that width of rump, and she's walking out a really nice set of feet and legs too. But it is that strength and power to that front end that gets her over the heifer here in second. Take nothing away from the heifer here in second. I love that dairiness and angularity today. Just not the sweetie behind that heifer in first, just a little more width and power throughout. A little closer placing here, second over third. I just prefer just a little neater through that tail setting for me today. Just a little more uphill run through that front end. Gets her over the real dairy heifer here in third. Third over fourth here, just kind of a switch here at the end here. She's just a little sharper at the shoulder, just a little nicer through that foot, especially down there in the foot angle below the pastern there. I just prefer her the way she tracks, a little nicer than a heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just a lot cleaner, flatter bone. I love this heifer in fifth. She was up the line, but when you get her in line here and really analyze her, she's just a little too heavy for me to be up towards the top here. But a nice group of summer yearlings all the way down. Congratulations.
There were 10 summer yearlings exhibited in our National Guernsey Show. Our winner was entry 82, Rocky Hill Reputation Juliet, exhibited by Mara Ripley of Moravia, New York. Second in the class was entry number 73, Poppydale Tampa Murphy, exhibited by Poppydale Dairy of Chateauguay, New York. Third in the class was entry 77, Spring River James D. Mermaid, exhibited by Tyler Chupp of Enola, Oklahoma. Fourth was entry number 80, Spring Hill Elmhurst, Jamaica, exhibited by Valerie and Jim Sprang and Ackley Farms of East Liberty, Ohio. Fifth in the class was entry number 74, Spring Hill J.D. Jubilee, exhibited by Hunter and Tyler Smith of Nicholasville, Kentucky. Sixth in the class was entry 83, Warwick Manor JCP Crown Royal, exhibited by Carly Stoltzfus of East Earl, Pennsylvania. Seventh in the class was entry number 78, Alden's J.C. Penney Shimmer, exhibited by Robin Alden of Danville, Ohio. Eighth in the class was entry number 76, Circle B Latimer Thunderstruck, exhibited by Reagan Tompkins of Ennis, North Carolina. Ninth in the class was entry 81, Rocky Hill Copper Shea, exhibited by Larson Swan of Sherman, New York. And 10th in the class was entry number 104, Mirador Lightning Hazel, exhibited by Mirador Farm of Baltimore, Ohio. Now in the ring in our National Guernsey Show is our Spring Yearling class. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, our show is progressing. Our judge is working through the spring yearlings. Your winter yearlings should be at ringside. In particular, we're looking for entry 107 from Junior Crunk. We need your winter yearling to the makeup ring. Over in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, Judge Bigley has completed her placing in our spring yearling heifer class. Placing second in the class is entry number 98, Birdsall Way Famous Nell, exhibited by Carter Cruzy of Dyersville, Iowa. And winning the class is entry number 91, Lucky Charms Fooled You, exhibited by Heidi Heller, Darlington, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Bigley, your reasons on this class.
Well, again, another beautiful class of heifers, all the way 5, 6, 7, 8 deep here. But the heifer that I'm starting out with is an April heifer, and she's, for me, the complete package and has it to manage today. When you get in front of her, she's got so much more femininity and clean cutness up through that head and neck. She's longer in that neck. She's just so much sharper, right down through that brisket, the top of her shoulder, and right from hooks to pins over this beautiful balanced heifer coming out in second. In addition, that heifer being as clean as she is, she doesn't give up that width and that dairy strength that we want to see in these heifers. Second over third uses that advantage of just having more balance, more drop to that rear rib, more depth to her flank, and more width out through those pins over another beautiful dairy heifer coming out in third. I love this high style front end heifer that's in third. You love the high chine, the walk up hill run that she has. And she uses that extension from tip to tail, the length from through that midsection to go over another real pretty heifer coming out in fourth. Fourth, she gives up some size and scale, but when you start analyzing her part for part, there's not a lot wrong with her. She is beautifully hard down that top line. She's wider out through those hips and pins, and our heifer coming out in fifth. Fifth over six just uses that advantage again, showing me more spring of fore and rear rib, more drop to that rear rib today, and I do prefer when she's out on the move, she's just got a little bit more controlled mobility, where our heifer in six, I would just like to change her and her leg structure just a little bit to move her up. But again, another beautiful class of spring yearlings. Congratulations.
There were 14 spring yearlings exhibited in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our winning entry was number 91, Lucky Charms Fooled You, exhibited by Heidi Heller of Darlington, Wisconsin. Second in the class was entry number 98, Birds All Way Famous Nell, exhibited by Carter Cruzy of Dyersville, Iowa. Third in the class is entry 96, Edgeview F. Denver, exhibited by Tumbleweed Dairy of Lowell, Michigan. Fourth in the class was entry 104, Sue Adam Diego Shine, exhibited by Dylan Skiff of Greenwich, New York. Fifth in the class was entry 106, Hellinger Star Calzone, exhibited by Madeline Branch of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Sixth in the class was entry 93, Bittersweet Rasta Renee, exhibited by Rylan Brayton and Camden Neerman of Brownstown, Indiana. Seventh in the class was entry 101, Corlin Carter Starbright, exhibited by Caitlin Bell of Frederick, Maryland. Eighth was entry 103, Dublin Hills Tricks, exhibited by Jacob and Joseph Johns of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Ninth in the class was entry 92, Rolling Meadow Dynamite Dakota, exhibited by Alyssa Hill of Ellenberg Center, New York. And 10th was entry 90, Kronk Salsa Cali, exhibited by Junior Kronk of Mishawaka, Indiana. Now in the ring in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show is our winter yearling class. Over in our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in the spring yearling class. Placing second in the class is entry number 86, Spring Hill Helios Jazzy, exhibited by Valerie and Jim Spring and Ackley Farms of East Liberty, Ohio. Winning the class is entry number 85, Lakeview Farm Love Penny Sue, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on the class?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you look at this class here, analyze them on the way down here, we got a lot of differences here. And the heifer that jumps to the top for us today quite handily is the heifer that's got the least amount of holes in her. She's balanced, really good ring presence. Just prefer her feet and legs. She's probably the best feet and legged heifer in the class, and that's what I'm striving for today. I just prefer her head carriage, especially over her shoulders up to the crops. Gets her over the big ribbed heifer here in second. Second over third for me, just a little more balanced throughout, walking on a little nicer set of feet and legs, gets her over the problem heifer here in third. You love this heifer in third, you love the spring of rib, you love the depth of rib. But when you get analyze her in her line here, she just falls apart, drops for me a little too much, and her hind legs could just be a little straighter for me to get up over the top two heifers. Third over fourth, it is that spring of depth of rib. Just a little more strength and power throughout, gets her over the heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just prefer her just a little more upstanding heel, just holding her loin just a little nicer than the broken colored heifer coming out in fifth. But a really nice group all the way down.
There were 10 spring yearlings exhibited in our National Guernsey Show. Our winning entry was number 85, Lakeview Farm Love Penny Sue, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry 86, Spring Hill Helios Jazzy, exhibited by Valerie and Jim Spring and Ackley Farms of East Liberty, Ohio. Third in the class was entry 91, Glad Heart Drone Megan, exhibited by David May and Jason Hennessy of Mount Joy, Pennsylvania. Fourth in the class is entry 89, Brooms Bloom J.D. Bunny, exhibited by Belle Dallum of Bel Air, Maryland. Fifth in the class was entry 87, Meridor Ferdinand Velvet, exhibited by Meridor Farm of Baltimore, Ohio. Sixth in the class was entry 88, PR Topline DR Big Mac, exhibited by Carolyn Allen of Regis, Vermont. Seventh in the class was entry 94, Still Dreamin' Drone Trinity, exhibited by Braden Oliver of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Eighth in the class was entry 90, Naps Drone Talented, exhibited by Catherine Montestalca of Okeechobee, Florida. Ninth in the class was entry 93, Lindy Mercer with Elmhurst Spring Hill Django Fett from Bryant, Indiana. And 10th in the class is entry number 95, Cooley Crest Java Lexine, exhibited by Anna Headings of Plain City, Ohio. Now in the ring, in our Guernsey show, is our winter yearling class. In our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, Judge Bagley has completed her placing in our winter yearling class. Placing second in the class is entry number 115, Hempstead's Victorious Vera, exhibited by Lillian Hempfling of Delphos, Ohio. And winning the class is entry number 116, Just So W. Tassel, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Congratulations. Judge Bagley, your thoughts on our winter yearling class?
Again, I've said this a couple times, but I'm going to say it again. The quality runs deep all the way from first to last in this class, and you really need to appreciate that in the caliber that you expect to come to a national show. And with that being said, the heifer that was leading out here in first, as another heifer for a yearling, you really have to admire her angularity and clean cutness throughout, and she uses that femininity, that refinement all the way through her head structure, her length of through her neck, the sharpness at her shoulder, and just the femininity right down even through those front legs to go over this big powerhouse heifer coming out in second. In addition, when you get right behind them, she's just a lot cleaner right through that rump structure also than our heifer here in second. Second over third uses that advantage of that depth and openness of fore and rear rib, just so much more drop, particularly in that fore rib, to go over this long framed heifer coming out in third. Third over fourth, I made the pair switch. Just when you get behind them, I prefer the length from tip to tail, and right when you view them, she's harder in the loin, and she's just more pleasing about that rump, having that tail head set between a wider set of pins. Our fifth heifer, a January heifer, going over our heifer here next, just a bit cleaner all the way throughout for me, being a little bit longer and more feminine up through the head and neck, and just sharper all the way throughout. And as we go down the line, again, just a tremendous group of heifers that have width and power. These last couple heifers just need more depth and openness to compete with those heifers at the top of the class.
There were 7 winter yearlings exhibited in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Our class winner was 116, Just So W. Tassel, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Second in the class was entry number 115, Hempstead's Victorious Vera, exhibited by Lillian Hempfling of Delphos, Ohio. Third in the class was entry 112, Red Bray Powerful Zoe, exhibited by Marlon Gaff and Blessing Farms of Wauwaka, Indiana. Fourth in the class was entry number 107, Kronk Daredevil Present, exhibited by Junior Kronk of Mishawaka, Indiana. Fifth in the class was entry number 113, Corlin Rising Star, exhibited by Caitlin Bell of Frederick, Maryland. Sixth in the class was entry 114, Miami Hills S. Dixie Lynn, exhibited by Laura Fry of Logansport, Indiana. And seventh in the class was entry 111, Caffey Hill Kickstart Fawn, exhibited by Lonnie Caffey and Delbert Teeters of Trafalgar, Indiana. Now in the ring in our Brown Swiss Show is the Fall Yearling class. In our National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our Winter Yearling class. Placing second in the class is entry number 4, Spring Hill Latimer Unite, exhibited by Lillian Storm of Brodhead, Kentucky. And winning the class is entry number 101, Naps Drone Tatum, exhibited by Melinda Rushing of Perkins, Oklahoma. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on our Winter Yearling class?
What a nice group of winter yearlings all the way down, but we got a handy winner here today. This heifer just outstyles and outbalances the whole class here today. Just prefer up to that crop region, just prefer over the loin region, and take nothing away from the beautiful heifer here due here in about a month. Just not quite the style to get over this heifer here in first. But take nothing away to heifer in second, over to heifer in third. Just a little more spring and depth of that heart and chest, a little more width throughout. Gets you over to really dairy heifer here coming in third. Third over fourth, a little closer placing for me today. Just prefer the foot and leg, just a little straighter in her leg today. Gets you over to heifer here in fourth. Fourth over fifth, just a little cleaner, flatter bone heifer. Gets her over to heifer coming out in here in fifth. Nice group of heifers all the way down.
There were 7 winter yearlings exhibited in our National Guernsey Show. Our class winner is entry 101, Knapp's Drone Tatum, exhibited by Melinda Rushing of Perkins, Oklahoma. Second in the class was entry 4, Spring Hill Latimer Unite, exhibited by Lillian Storm of Broadhead, Kentucky. Placing third in the class was entry 97, Marodor Ferdinand Darcy, exhibited by Marodor Farm of Baltimore, Ohio. Fourth in the class was entry 98, Rocky Hill Legit Reputation, exhibited by Michael Hurst of Waynesville, Ohio. Fifth in the class was entry 99, Still Dreamin' J.C. Penney Nastia, exhibited by Diesel Dixon of Conway, Missouri. Sixth in the class was entry 103, Dixie Lee L. French Chocolate, exhibited by Stephanie Headings of Plain City, Ohio. And seventh in the class was entry 96, Alden's Reputation Nancy, exhibited by Robin Alden of Danville, Ohio. And in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, Judge Vigley has completed her placings in our fall yearling class. Second in the class is entry number 122, Glamour Ridge V Wild Thing, exhibited by Brooke Foote of Dolgeville, New York. And winning the class is entry number 127, Nap DD Challenge, exhibited by Dalen Gehrig of Jerusalem, Ohio. Congratulations. Judge Vigley, your thoughts on our final individual class of the evening.
Well, what a nice way to round out our heifer classes here with 3 beautiful heifers. And as I sort through them, the pair of heifers that come to the top do it for me as far as cleanliness and angularity throughout. They're just sharper and cleaner heifers. And my first place heifer, when she's particularly on the move, she's just harder across that time, especially through the chine and midsection. Then this beautiful open rib dairy heifer coming out in second. Taking nothing away, I do grant my second place heifer has got more depth of forerib and a bit more drop to that rear rib today than my winning heifer. But she uses that overall angularity, clean cutness all the way throughout to go over this beautiful front-ended October heifer coming out in third. This October heifer, you love that high style front end, but just as you compare to the other 2 in the class, just giving up a little bit on the conditioning to move up into that first spot. But again, 3 tremendous heifers to wrap up our heifer classes here today.
There were 3 fall yearlings exhibited at our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. Winning the class was entry 127, Nap DD Challenge, exhibited by Dalen Gehrig of Jerusalem, Ohio. Second in the class was entry 122, Glamour Ridge V Wild Thing, exhibited by Brooke Foote of Dolgeville, New York. And third in the class is entry number 120, LIF Wanna Be a Rich Girl, exhibited by Jacob and Joseph Johns of Chapel Hill, Tennessee. Now entering the ring in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show are those animals competing for Junior Champion Female. They were all first or second in their heifer classes here today.
Yes, you ready?
Swiss. And at this time, now that we've been through all of our individual heifer classes in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show, and Judge Tammy Vagley has placed 91 heifers here this evening, we certainly want to put the spotlight on and reintroduce you to those animals, cattle and handlers that were first or second in their heifer classes here in our Brown Swiss Show. There were 19 spring calves. Our class winner was entry number 22, Brown Velvet P-Ball, Vermont, exhibited by Elena, Ava, and Audrey Lammers of Marysville, Ohio. Second in that class was entry number 19, North Kill Creek Grand Slam, exhibited by Hannah Balthaser of Ephrata, Pennsylvania. There were 23 winter calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 47, Brothers 3, Dick Swiley, exhibited by Brothers 3 and Andrea and Ryan Haynes of Teenytown, Maryland. Second in the class was entry number 128, Perry Brook Elysium Lizzo, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. There were 15 fall calves. Our winner was entry 65, Blessing Doughboy Chrissy, exhibited by Blessing Farms of Wauwaka, Indiana. Second in the class was entry number 75, Top Acres F.M. Weiser, exhibited by Colton Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. There were 10 summer yearlings. Our class winner was entry 81, Buck Meadow Seaman Willow, exhibited by Colt and Luke Buckley of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry number 180, Henselwood Rampage Wabash, exhibited by Alexis Sherry of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. We had 14 spring yearlings. Our winner was entry 91, Lucky Charms Fooled You, exhibited by Heidi Heller of Darlington, Wisconsin. Second in the class was entry number 98, Birds All Way Famous Nell, exhibited by Carter Cruzy of Dyersville, Iowa. There were 7 winter yearlings. Our winner was entry 116, Just So W. Tassel, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. And second in the class was entry number 115, Hempstead's Victorious Viria, exhibited by Lillian Hempfling of Delphos, Ohio. And we had 3 fall yearlings exhibited this evening. Our winner was number 127, Nap DD Challenge, exhibited by Dalen Gehrig of Jerusalem, Ohio. Second in that class is entry number 122, Glamour Ridge V Wild Thing, exhibited by Brooke Foote of Dolgeville, New York. Certainly been a tremendous heifer show here in our Brown Swiss breed. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors. Attention Brown Swiss exhibitors, following our selection of junior champion, we'll have our junior best 3 class. In order to wrap this up in a timely manner, if you are planning on bringing a junior best 3 group, please get them to ringside right away. We turn your attention to our Southeastern National Brown Swiss ring. Our judge, Tammy Vagley, has selected out her final 4 here in contention for junior champion of our Southeastern National Brown Swiss show. Tammy, it's sure been a heck of a heifer show here this evening. I'm sure it's been a lot of fun out there for you to select through these classes. And when you're ready, we'd love to hear your thoughts on your final 4 and your selection of junior champion.
Thanks, Kathleen, and you're right. It's hard for me to put the words, and I have a lot of friends out here in the ring, and I consider that competitors and mentors and friends, and the ones watching us, and the ones back home that hopefully figured out how to watch the live stream, because if it wasn't for them back home, I couldn't be here this week, and it's been just truly a privilege to judge this heifer show. I love the big brown cow. And I am so proud of how this breed has come and evolved and developed and is such a competitor that we got the other breeds looking at us and they want our breed in their barn. So please give these breeders, these owners, and everybody involved in putting these animals in the center of the ring a big round of applause. Now to get to why we're here. I pulled out my favorite 4 heifers, and again, I know it's a coin phrase, but taking nothing away from these heifers on the rail, there is some pretty good heifers that I didn't pull out. But I'm always one that I don't like pulling out 6 or 7. I like to pull the ones that are right there. We pulled out this first place December calf, a calf that's got balance, openness of rib, walks out on an exceptional set of feet and legs. The first prize fall calf, heifer with lots of style, that beautiful front end, hardness of top, and just when you get right behind her, another tremendous open-ribbed heifer. Our spring yearling and April heifer, you get behind her, she is a power horse, but she still has that femininity and clean-cutness all the way throughout. And then that winter yearling, a heifer that at this age, she's got that mass, that frame, but still has the incredible set of feet and legs and the angularity throughout to make a heck of a cow. I'm going to go out and congratulate your junior champion, your reserve, and honorable mention in that order. And when I do, please show your appreciation for the hard work that these people have put into this ring, and I'll come back to the mic and give you my reasons why. This fall calf for me is just never missed a beat. When she walks in the ring, she says, I'm going to win, and that's exactly what she did. She's got that beautiful front end, and she uses her advantage, and when you get her out on the move over this spring yearling, she's just a tick harder naturally through that loin at all times. But taking nothing away from this April heifer, she's got that tremendous openness of rib and that femininity all the way throughout, and she just uses that bit when she's out on the move. She tracks just so naturally with a little bit more width to her hocks than that beautiful winter yearling. And I'm taking nothing away from this winter calf. She's such an exceptional calf, and I wanted her pulled out in the center. I think this calf has a bright future, and I'm glad I don't have a winter calf to compete next year, because this one I think is going to be right up there. But again, congratulations to all the owners and exhibitors and breeders of this tremendous group of heifers.
Congratulations to the junior champion of the 2023 Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. She's our winning fall calf, entry 65, Blessing Doughboy Chrissy, exhibited by Blessing Farms of Wauwaka, Indiana. Our reserve junior champion was our winning spring yearling, entry 91, Lucky Charms Fooled You, exhibited by Heidi Heller of Darlington, Wisconsin. And our honorable mention junior champion was our winning winter yearling, entry 116, Just So W. Tassel, exhibited by Peter Vale of Englewood, Florida. Congratulations. Now if you turn our attention over to our National Guernsey show ring, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our fall yearling heifer class. Placing second in the class is entry number 105, Snyder's Copper Gentry, exhibited by Blair Gable of New Enterprise, Pennsylvania. And winning the class is entry number 108, Dixley Derrick Duchess, exhibited by by Whitney Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your comments on the class.
What a nice group of fall yearlings here. Definitely some differences throughout. And this heifer here, quite a striking heifer for me today. It's a ring presence, just a little more spring and depth and openness to that rib. Gets her over the November heifer here in second. Heifer in second here, you really admire the straight hard topness to the heifer. Maybe you like to drop her rear rib just a little bit to get over this heifer here in first. Second over third is just a style of balance, and I prefer the way she tracks on her hind legs. Just a lot nicer for me today than the big ribbed heifer here in third. Third over fourth, just to prefer her balance. It's just a little nicer, neater up through that crop region. A little more dairyness for me today. Gets her over the problem heifer here in fourth. Heifer here in fourth, there's a lot of nice things about her, but when you get her in line, just I just like the way she blends between her behind her crops and her hind legs. Could just be a little straighter for me to get her up over them heifers in front of her. On down the line, fourth over fifth, just a lot more heifer for me today. Gets her over the heifer here, come out behind her. Congratulations.
There were 6 fall yearlings exhibited in our National Guernsey show. Our winning entry was number 108, Dixley Derrick Duchess, exhibited by Whitney Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. Second in the class was entry number 105, Snyder's Copper Gentry, exhibited by Blair Gable of New Enterprise, Pennsylvania. Third in the class was entry 107, Heritage Brook JD Trilogy, exhibited by Michael Hurst of Waynesville, Ohio. Fourth was entry 106, Twin Brook Kiss Me Kate, exhibited by Jocelyn McMurray of 84, Pennsylvania. Fifth in the class was entry 109, Alden's HH Reputation Unmistakable, exhibited by Sylvia Headings of Plain City, Ohio. And sixth in the class was entry 110, Still Dreamin' JD Victorious, exhibited by Diesel Dixon of Conway, Missouri. Now entering the ring in the National Guernsey show are the animals competing for junior champion. All of these heifers were first or second in their respective heifer classes here this evening. We'd like to reintroduce you to those heifers. There were 19 spring calves exhibited. Our winner was entry number 11, Golden Pines JD Butterfly, exhibited by Melissa Haig of Dane, Wisconsin. Second in the class was entry 19, Golden Pines JD Butterfinger, is also exhibited by Melissa Haig of Dane, Wisconsin. There were 20 winter calves. Our class winner was entry 40, LRF JD Taylor, exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridgewock, Maine. Second in the class was entry number 35, Warwick Manor Indigo Chimmy, exhibited by Carly Stoltzfus of East Earl, Pennsylvania. There were 16 fall calves. Our class winner was entry 61, Prairie Moon Java Lavender, exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridgewock, Maine. Second in the class was entry number 63, Cape May Drone Unstoppable, exhibited by Savannah Thomas of West Liberty, Ohio. There were 10 summer yearlings. Our winner was entries 82, Rocky Hill Reputation Juliet, exhibited by Mara Ripley of Moravia, New York. Second in the class was entry number 73, Poppydale Tampa Murphy, exhibited by Poppydale Dairy of Chateaugay, New York. There were 10 spring yearlings, and our class winner was entry 85, Lakeview Farm Love Penny Sue, exhibited by Leah Jenkins of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. Second in the class was entry number 86, Spring Hill Helios Jazzy, exhibited by Valerie and Jim Spring and Ackley Farms of East Liberty, Ohio. There were 7 winter yearlings. Our winner was entry 101, Knapp's Drone Tatum, exhibited by Melinda Rushing of Perkins, Oklahoma. And second in the class was entry number 4, Spring Hill Latimer Unite, exhibited by Lillian Storm of Broadhead, Kentucky. And we had 6 fall yearlings. Our class winner was entry 108, Dixley Derrick Duchess, exhibited by Whitney Urena of Phillipsburg, Missouri. And second in the class was entry number 105, Snyder's Copper Gentry, exhibited by Blair Gable of New Enterprise, Pennsylvania. It's been a wonderful heifer show in our Guernsey breed, and congratulations to all of our Guernsey exhibitors. And over in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show ring, we've got our final class of the evening, our Junior Best 3 Females class. Placing second in the class is entry number 132 from Caitlin Bell of Frederick, Maryland. And winning the class, the Junior Best 3 Females group from Blessing Farms of Owaka, Indiana. Congratulations. Tammy, your thoughts on our final class of the evening?
What a nice group, 3 groups of heifers to come back out for Junior Best 3. And our winning group, just a tremendous uniform group, very dairy all the way through, femininity and very correct calves in this trio that's walking out in first. And they use that angularity throughout and that balance and style to go over our group in second, anchored by our larger heifer there. But they just have the advantage over our third group, just a little bit stronger out through that chine region across the board of their group, and just a little bit more correctness in their feet and legs. But congratulations again to the breeders of these 3 groups.
Congratulations. There were 3 groups. Placing first was the Best 3 group from Blessing Farms of Owaka, Indiana. Second, a group from Caitlin Bell of Frederick, Maryland. And third, our Best 3 group from Laura Fry of Logansport, Indiana. That concludes our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show for the evening. Please join us tomorrow, Sunday, at 5 o'clock for the conclusion of the show with our Brown Swiss cows. Once again, we'll do our cow classes in our Southeastern National Brown Swiss Show. That'll be tomorrow, Sunday, November 5th at 5 p.m. This time over in the National Guernsey Show ring, Judge Paulson has pulled out his final 4 in contention for junior champion of our National Guernsey Show. Judge Paulson, when you're ready, we'd love to hear your thoughts on these heifers and your selection for junior champion.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, why don't you give the exhibitors a big round of applause. They brought out an amazing group of heifers this afternoon. I know George and I are very impressed. I pulled out your first prize winter calf, first prize fall calf, the summer yearling, and the winter yearling. I'm going to go out there and congratulate your junior champ, reserve, and honorable mention in that order, and when I do, receive them with a big round of applause because it's been one heck of a show. Congratulations. 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 Well, when this heifer came to the ring, George says to me, he says, boy, is there going to be anything to beat her? I says, I don't know. When a heifer comes out this nice and this correct, she's on the money today. For me, she just got a little more depth of rib for me today, gets her over the fall calf. That fall calf's cut from the same cloth. Wouldn't surprise me if they're sisters. But I tell you what, the reserve over the honorable mention, just a little cleaner, flatter bone, just prefer on her feet, especially in her pasterns, just a little nicer. Summer yearling over the winter yearling. Love that winter yearling, just a little, the summer yearling holds her loin for me in the rear end, just a little nicer than the winter yearling, but a nice group of heifers. Give them another big round of applause.
Congratulations to the junior champion of the 2023 National Guernsey Show here in Louisville. She's our winning winter calf, entry number 40, LRF JD Taylor, exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridge Walk, Maine. Our reserve junior champion is our winning fall calf, entry number 61, Prairie Moon Java Lavender, also exhibited by Garrett Lambert and Matt Hartle of Norridge Walk, Maine. And our honorable mention junior champion was our winning summer yearling, entry number 82, Rocky Hill Reputation Juliet, exhibited by Mara Ripley of Moravia, New York. Congratulations. Guernsey exhibitors, we're going to finish up with our junior champion photos, and we'll do our junior best 3 as our final class of the evening. Please bring in those junior best 3 groups. At this time, Judge Paulson has completed his placing in our final class of the evening in our National Guernsey Show. It's our Junior Best 3 Females class. Placing second in the class is our Best 3 Females group from Valley Gem Farm of Cumberland, Wisconsin. And winning the class is our Best 3 group, I think maybe all 3 full sisters, from Melissa Haag of Dane, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Judge Paulson, your thoughts on our final class of the evening.
Just four groups here in the junior best 3, but I tell you that the heifers that up here towards the top, they're right there in the class there today. They're all sisters of just a beautiful, you can tell they're just a balanced group. For that reason, they're so balanced. They're winning the class quite handily for me today. It gets a little closer here, second and third, but I'm just going to go the balance. The couple heifers here did a little better than a couple heifers behind it. And in the honorable mention heifer there helps get over the group here in fourth here, but a nice group of heifers all the way down.
In our Junior Best 3 Females class, our winning group was from Melissa Haag of Dane, Wisconsin. Second to our Best 3 group from Valley Gem Farm of Cumberland, Wisconsin. Third went to Holly McCarty, Rocky Hill Farm of Hughesville, Pennsylvania. And fourth went to Meridor Farm of Baltimore, Ohio. That concludes our National Guernsey Show this evening. Please join us again at 7:30 tomorrow morning for the conclusion of the show, in which we'll do our cow classes and the rest of our group classes in the conclusion of our National Guernsey Show here in Louisville. Again, join us at 7:30 a.m. for our Guernsey Cow Show.